Hello guys, today Joshblox brings you content on the Watchalong. What the fuck's gonna happen with this? Joshblox is still don't know how to pronounce his name, but his name's something I fucking have absolutely no idea of. But his name's something, just sort of the description. Delete that. No. Copy. Now let me do some stuff. What the fuck is going on with my internet? Let me bang. I'm getting my Watchalong shit on. Right, let's put that there. Let's get my Watchalong. But let's get my BBC. But not BBC, you know what I'm talking about. Right, let me. Imagine people use BBC to watch his fight. You can't. Little bit like what the fuck my internet doing right now. I got on 4.5 bit rate and I started doing this fucking shit. What the fuck? Like, I'm not used to that. What the fuck? Oh yeah, we're gonna turn up this.
Tyson can walk you down, he'll cut you off, and then he'll tie you up and he'll just smother you. You know, he'll just... Listen, I don't think that's probably one of the worst experiences you'll ever have in a ring, was to have Tyson Fury tying you up, because he's like... we call him the Kraken. He's like an octopus. He just gets you, hitting you and holding you and ragdolling you. So I think Tyson will make a point of trying to beat him at his own game. And Tyson says to me, I'm not going to go to the body, because they all think Usyk's got the weak body, that's his weakness, but he said, I'm going to knock him out to the head. On form, Tyson Fury wins, but if he has a bad day, it could be a tricky night.
If Fury does win, and AJ wins, do you think we'll finally see the two of them in a ring together?
Yeah, listen, it needs to happen, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It needs to happen. If there's an opportunity to make the fight, get the fight on, get it done, because
they'll chew the fat, they'll discuss tactics, no doubt, and then they'll be on the journey together, working out the best way to fight.
You've been in the gym a little bit with Andy Lee. What is it, do you think, that makes that relationship between Andy and Joseph Parker so special? Because they've had a fair few fights together now, and it really does seem to click.
Yeah, well, Andy was still fighting when we was in the gym together, when he moved to the Haymaker sort of stable and set up, and he'd come over from Detroit, spending time with Emmanuel Stewart, and Andy's definitely, I mean, apart from being a really nice guy, he's one of the nicest guys in boxing. He's got a lot of knowledge, you know. He was
Talks a lot of sense.
Yeah, he was a brilliant amateur, so he travelled the world, you know, went to the Olympics, and then as a pro took himself off to the States when no one else was really doing it, not from the UK at least. And he is a sponge. He wants to learn. He wants to learn, and he came to our gym, and he was still in that frame of mind of wanting to learn. And I can imagine that just makes for a brilliant coach. And in working with Parker now, he's not a dictator, as he says. they'll chew the fat, they'll discuss tactics, no doubt, and then they'll just be on the journey together, working out the best way to fight, and Parker's in brilliant form.
And also, Chris, Andy seems to be a sort of calm voice in the corner, which, as a fighter, is that what you like?
Yeah, it depends what you need at the time. Your coach needs to know you and what you need. And I mean, I can only speak for myself. See, I've only had one coach for my pro career, and Shane knows what I need and when I need it, and that's important for the fighter and the coach and to know each other well, and the coach to know what his fighter needs and when he needs it. It's no good coming back after the first round, them telling you to let's do this and you know, gassing you up. You need those in the later rounds when it's getting gritty. But yeah, it's obviously they seem like good friends. When he was talking there, I could see resemblances of my relationship with Shane. We're good friends, and it works really well.
What are you expecting in this one? I mean, it's a really good 50-50 fight, isn't it?
It's a real pick and manner, and you wouldn't be one bit surprised. I think Ben said it earlier. I think the wise money would be on Zhang inside the distance, or Parker points, or Parker catching up with him a little bit later on. I think the engine of Parker could come into play, but we've seen in the Joe Joyce fight, if Zhang lands that southpaw right hook or the backhand, he's capable of putting any heavyweight on the planet over. I really think that. So I think the first half of the fight is going to be so important for Josie Parker.
They're both going into the fight full of confidence, aren't they? Josie Parker off the victory of Deontay Wilder as well, which he blew him away, really, didn't he, back in December? And that's going to surely give him a fair amount of confidence going into this one.
Yeah, massively, especially with the kind of puncher that Wilder is. It gives you a level of reassurance to think, you know what, if I can get through someone like that, and he used it tactically sound as well, put a right game plan together. I think they're a prime example as well of what I was saying before about having such a great relationship with a coach and that affecting the way a fighter performs and the confidence you have. Because the confidence you'll need in the game plan to them two to look at each other and go, right, what we're going to do with Wilder is we're going to walk him down. And one of the biggest, baddest punchers in the division, we're going to go head first into him, we're going to walk him down. And you have to have faith in your trainer to say, yeah, you know what, that's what we're going to do. And it showed perfectly in that fight.
Faith in your trainer and also activity, momentum, being active. I mean, Josie Parker, it's fair to say, I think, that he's had sort of lengthy periods of inactivity in his career, but of late, in the last calendar year, he's had 5 fights, which will stand him in good stead, and that's exactly what you need, Chris.
Yeah, activity's key, and he's sort of had a bit of a flat period a few years ago, and then obviously he boxed Jack Massey, and it wasn't blowing the world away at performance. But then since then, he's looked really, really good, but Zhang as well has also come off the back of some good wins, and it's hard to know who's had the better win really, because
they're both looking in good shape there, don't they?
Yeah,
the scales, but Zhang, I mean, he's a unit, isn't he, Anthony?
Oh, he's huge. He's absolutely huge. And listen, you could argue as well, Zhang should be unbeaten. He lost to Hrgovic, and a lot of people that night thought he'd done more than enough to win. So you could talk about that. And if Zhang is to win tonight, we know how big he is in China. We know the amount of viewers who will be over there. He's capable of. He's a big draw for any heavyweight if he's to come through tonight.
Very quickly, before we get back out to Andy, prediction: what are you expecting?
I wish I could sit on the fence. Wish I could sit on the fence. I'm going Parker points.
Chris?
Yeah, same.
George?
I'm going Parker, but I think momentum's with it. I think the confidence from the Wilder, I think he might stop him.
I'm very confident. Nobody believed he was become an undisputed cruiserweight champion, and now we're going to be an undisputed heavyweight champion. That's no doubt.
It very nearly all went wrong when Francis Ngannou knocked down Tyson Fury. We saw those great shots of Usyk looking completely shot. Now you've seen him up close. Does he have a chance against Anthony Joshua tonight? He can obviously punch. How worried would you be for Joshua?
Of course, he has a chance, but I think Joshua is more talented, more IQ, more experience in boxing. In my mind, Anthony should win a fight. That it's a boxing, you know, like one of my fighters says, It's not a chance. Here you have to think.
And if he lands Ngannou, if he lands that shot, then what?
Then could be a upset of the night.
There you go. Listen, thank you for coming over. Great to see you again, and best of luck, fingers crossed for you on the 18th with Alexander. Send him our best.
Thank you for having me here, definitely. Thank you.
That wasn't Andy Clark, was it? That was the other Andy. That was Andy Scott. That's the question, isn't it, that everyone is asking. If that punch lands, what does AJ do? How does he respond, Anthony?
Rounds, you have more confidence in his endurance to sustain the 10 rounds, and it means he's going to throw more punches. He's going to try and put more pressure on Joshua. But someone who hasn't boxed that long is going to have a weird, awkward rhythm. You know, their timing might be slightly different than we're used to in terms of being a fighter in the ring. That's something Joshua's going to have to quickly work out, and maybe something that will forever chop and change throughout the fight, because Ngannou still doesn't know what his boxing rhythm is, and if he needs to build the intensity or pick up the speed, then becomes a little bit more erratic, and sometimes those long looping awkward shots find a home and they have an effect.
Talking of the gassing out aspect, the rumours are that Ngannou is the one that is sort of insisted on it being 10 rounds. Do you think that could be an issue, or I guess you look at his MMA and the UFC background, he's used to doing 5-minute rounds?
Yeah, exactly. He's definitely, you can tell by the look of him, he's definitely well conditioned. There's a difference between looking the part and obviously being the part on the night under the lights and everything. But I think he proved that with the Fury fight. There was no point in that fight where you really looked at him and thought, "Coy, he's really dropping off here, and he's not got much left in the tank." He looked very consistent all the way through, especially with someone like Fury, who's very fleet-footed, bounces around the ring a lot as well. So he kept that up during that fight, so there's nothing to say
Walker was named for former heavyweight champion Jack Dempsey. His pops couldn't win a world title. Joseph's done it, and he thinks he can do it again. But boy, is he facing a very stiff challenge tonight. Barry, how does...
Outside of the ring, he is a serene, amiable giant with a real sense of mischief about him. Inside it, he has a very menacing air. That comes given that he's 6'6", weighs nearly 21 stone, has got hands like anvils and a head like a granite boulder, but he also has skills. An Olympic silver medalist. That year he had last year against Joyce, Matt, it was very, very impressive. The second win particularly, that right hook that knocked him out. This is a dangerous, very impressive. The second win particularly, that right hook that knocked him out. This is a dangerous, dangerous man.
Dangerous man, and not just power, not just dangerous, a good fighter, you know, compact, blocks the shots nice, short, doesn't load up, doesn't telegraph his punches, he just puts them, threads them through the gaps and, you know, puts nice shots together, nice combinations, short, sharp punches.
Trainer Sean George, those two have been together for a long time. George used to coach the Chinese Olympic team that he was on. It's been a bit of a slow burn his pro career, but it's
ladies and gentlemen,
now.
From the Kingdom Arena, Boulevard City, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. The evening of world-class professional boxing for your entertainment continues, and it's brought to you by Frank Warren for Queensberry Promotions and Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing in conjunction with Riyadh Season. National Events Center, the General Entertainment Authority, Gold Star Promotions, Gimmick and Sella, and this contest presented in association with Let's Get It On Promotions. And ladies and gentlemen, special gratitude to the custodian of the two Royal Highness, the Crown Prince bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, and His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince, the General Salman, and His Excellency, Chairman of the General Entertainment Authority, Turkai Al Sheikh. This bout, sanctioned by the World Boxing Organization, President Francisco Paco Barcarcel, WBO Supervisor Istvan Koko Kovacs, and the three judges assigned from Hungary, Zoltan Enyed, from England, Steve Gray, and from the United States, Patrick Morley. Referee in charge of the action at the bell, World Championship veteran referee Michael Alexander from England. And now, from Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, 12 rounds of boxing for the WBO Interim Heavyweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, the challenger, wearing red, white, and gold. Official weight, 247.6 pounds. His professional record in next 37 fights, 34 victories, including 23 big
Whoa, 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 what the fuck? Somebody should donate to $100 fucking dollars. What the fuck is going on? What the what is an echo? What the fuck going on? What's going on? What's going on? Where is it? Ah, my ears. What in the fuck just happened? What the fuck? What in the fuck just happened? What's going on? Wait, is the game on right now?
Joel.
Zang.
Wait, who's fighting? Who's fighting? I don't even know what this fuck's fighting. I have to admit.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, let's see what the people saying to me.
I've won it since.
Have some more sweets.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go. Couple of crocodiles will sort that out. What about you then? If you could pick...
I'm actually really thinking properly.
You could pick anybody
you put someone
from a different sport.
Because yours was mad personal savage. I was going to put some random.
Yeah, innit? You've got an agenda.
Yeah.
I want Andres Iniesta in the
fight. You want to kill him. He's like 65. It's an OAP, man.
Oh, he's fighting. Right. So he's like soon. So chat. So the deal is, we are gonna be streaming this on Kick after the first fight's over. We're gonna be streaming the fight, the main event, the main Anthony, streaming it on Kick. So my Kick's in the chat if anybody wanna watch it. The plan. Just click on the Twitch, click on the Kick, and it'll take you there right now.
Yeah. So I'm back. We're here now, let's roll. Yeah.
On one hand, Joshua has a lot to lose and little to gain. On the other hand, Ngannou has a lot to gain and little to lose. But one thing is guaranteed: violence.
Going into their territory, would you be willing to fight Anthony Joshua in the box?
Francis Ngannou shook up the world against Tyson Fury. So the question for the table is, where does he really fit into the heavyweight landscape now? And what other top fighters do we think he could actually match up well with?
That was the sharpest I've seen Anthony Joshua in a long time.
After watching The Day of Reckoning, we understood one thing clearly. Wilder versus Francis is never going to happen anytime soon.
Then Eddie Hearn, who is the promoter of Anthony Joshua, he has come out and he's thrown Anthony Joshua's name into the mix.
Instead, we have a super blockbuster fight that can solidify one's legacy and completely destroy the other's boxing reputation.
Just broke the news moments ago. It is a done deal. It's Francis Ngannou against Anthony Joshua, AJ.
Some big boxing news. Anthony Joshua will face former UFC champion Francis Ngannou in Saudi Arabia.
I like this. Ngannou put Fury on his backside, didn't he, when they boxed last year?
What about Anthony Joshua?
I'm willing to fight.
He said he'd knock you out. He said he'd knock you out.
I see people thinking Ngannou will beat Anthony Joshua. Just what? 3 rounds is all we need there.
Well, but even Tyson Fury said the same thing, and Tyson Fury is better than Anthony Joshua.
You heard what he said? He said Tyson Fury is better than you. He beat Tyson Fury.
I wonder if it's real. Joshua versus Ngannou or something. You can punch out of this. Someone's going to sleep. Jesus Christ.
So, in this video, we are going to dig deep into Ngannou versus Joshua, Joshua's epic comeback, and much more.
Man, the first time was so nice, I had to do it twice. This is about boxing. I'm used to knocking guys out. It's about hitting and not getting hit.
This fight is between an expert to knock out the opponent with a few punches and someone who knocks out the opponents with a touch of the fingertips.
Well, you saw what he did to Overeem. Francis put him into orbit.
I'm more excited for AJ's career than I've been in a long, long time personally. Ngannou is a complete wild card, I think.
This is the Ngannou versus Joshua extended fight promo. After Joshua made his comeback against Andy Ruiz by defeating him in their second meeting, he again had to face a scarier Ukrainian named Oleksandr Usyk.
It doesn't really get much bigger than this. This is the fight of the year. As the unified heavyweight world champion, Anthony Joshua once again puts his belts on the line against the former undisputed cruiserweight world champion, Alexander Usyk. This is going to be a tremendous fight, and I believe everybody on Saturday night in a stadium, we're in for a night I believe we will never, ever forget.
One of the best heavyweights in recent memory, a chance to prove it again tonight, but he faces what many consider to be all around his toughest challenge yet. Alexander Usyk from the Ukraine, and here we go.
Oh, good backhand from Usyk. Good shot. Oh,
and again Usyk with a straight left hand, the southpaw scores.
Usyk began the fight at a measured pace, methodically building momentum as he connected with more total punches than Joshua throughout the match.
There's a straight left right down the pipe again.
Displaying precision and accuracy, Usyk landed 28% of his punches, compared to Joshua's 19.2% with his 148 total punches. The bout reached its climax in the 12th round.
AJ in trouble in London. AJ couldn't be hurt.
Usyk defeated Joshua with style.
Who did he beat?
Who is he beating? He got knocked out by Ruiz. He also struggled with a Joseph Parker. At the end of the day, how good was Joshua? Look, at the end of the day, Usyk was good.
The fighter in AJ is already talking about, I'll win the rematch, I'll win the rematch. He lives and breathes boxing. Boxing saved him. Boxing made him. And he won't fall out of love with the game.
After getting beaten by Usyk, a lot of criticism rose against Joshua again. But he refused to give up. He wanted to run it back with Usyk again. Joshua came with a violent mindset. He wanted to get his belt back.
I think Usyk looks bigger than what he was.
Okay.
Usyk looks much bigger than what he was.
Okay, guys, I give you instruction in the dressing room. Let's have a clean match, okay? Good luck. God bless you.
Joshua being very smart, very economical with his punches, fighting long.
Joshua did a lot of really good things in that fight. He's a dangerous puncher. He's a very sharp, technical puncher. Beautiful body work here by Joshua.
In the rematch between Usyk and Joshua, Joshua initiated the fight by landing 37 body punches, a significant increase from their first encounter.
Usyk. He is on the run right now.
Despite Joshua's efforts, Usyk dominated overall, outperforming him by landing 170 punches compared to Joshua's 124. Usyk set new records for punches landed on Joshua, reaching 170, and delivered 39 punches in the 10th round, marking the highest count in a single round against Joshua.
But Usyk's just come back from fighting for his country at war. I genuinely think he gives no fucks about being a star. He only wants to fight the best. He just wants to find out, can I beat you?
Usyk made history as the only boxer who beat Anthony Joshua twice back-to-back.
And still the unified heavyweight champion of the world from Ukraine.
Joshua wasn't so happy about the result. In a post-fight emotional moment, he initially tossed his title belts out of the ring.
I feel nothing but respect to Anthony Joshua. I saw him a bit emotional, and I saw him like bullying some of my teammates. I don't recommend him to do, because most of them are horrible street fighters. I have 20 bouts, 20 wins at the moment. Some of my guys have 25 and 25 wins by the way of knockout.
The whole world started questioning Joshua's sportsmanship, professionalism, and legacy.
It's really, really hard for me to say I'm proud of myself. I don't feel anything. I'm upset.
And also, everybody thought Joshua was done forever.
I don't rate AJ, never have. He's a blown-up bodybuilder who can't box, we all know that.
AJ has been amazing for British boxing. I respect him, I like him as a champion. He's a smart guy, but he doesn't have that warrior smarts to him. He is a smart businessman. He's a very
the only thing we get credit for is winning.
Yeah, there's no silver medal in boxing.
There's no silver medal in boxing. There's no second place. You only get credit for winning.
When the whole world said Joshua should retire from boxing, he came back again and fought 3 more dangerous opponents, defeating them all in a devastating fashion.
Just as he said, he was struggling to find the range. I told you, he lands the...
And now we have a motivated Joshua, more motivated than ever. But in front of him, he has the scary Ngannou.
Sometimes you want to see the biggest power punchers, the heavy-handed destroyers get in there to smash the living hell out of each other and see who's left standing at the end of it, and that's exactly what we're going to get. We have a mega fight on our hands.
Thing didn't work out for Deontay Wilder. Right. Hey guys, you want to put on the fight? I'm here.
So I'm back. We're here now. Let's roll.
On one hand, Joshua has a lot to lose and little to gain. On the other hand, Ngannou has a lot to gain and little to lose. But one thing is guaranteed.